Hey everybody, I'm Ryan. I'm here to show you all about this A minor and the F chord and the C and all these amazing songs you can play just with like this one shape. It's all up here in first position. Like I said, you're just gonna do this A minor, and then there's a C, and I got this guitar teacher one time, and he was like, Ryan, why are you playing a C like that? You shouldn't play it like that. You should play it like this. And there's a time and a place for everything. But yeah, I got 6 reasons right here why I like to play a C like this. Cause you can switch to an F just like that, and then you can switch to a C just like that, and then you can switch to a G just like that, and then a D just like that, and you like barely have to even move your hand at all. You just gotta adjust your fingers just the tiniest little bit. So let's get zoomed in. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So all of these songs are based on this A minor, which is really, we talked about the E chord, and if you don't know how to play an E chord, it's really simple. You just take an A minor and you move it up in a string, and if you're wanting to play an A minor, you just take an E chord and you move it down a string. So what you got is you got your index finger on the first fret of the B here. That's going to be a middle C note on the piano. And then you got your middle finger on the second fret of the D string. And then you got your index finger on the third fret of the A string. And sometimes, based on what you're playing, it may be appropriate to nudge this low E with your finger while you're hitting this A. And sometimes not. Sometimes you can let it ring out. And same thing for the high E with your index finger down here. Sometimes you can mute that. And so this is one way to play an F as a bar chord, but you can also play it like this with no bar. I'm using my thumb to mute this low E. I got my pinky and my index, third fret of the A and the D, middle finger, second fret of the G, index, first fret of the B. And so if you mute the high E and the low E, it sounds pretty clean, but you can also let that high E ring out there sometimes based on what you're playing. But it never sounds quite right with that low E in there. So I usually try to mute that. And now that you're here, you can slide this thing on up. And yeah, you'd be amazed at what you can play with this shape. But we're not going there. We're going here to the C. And so our index finger hasn't moved this whole time. We've done the A minor, the C. And you know what? Let's spend some time on that. All right. So we got the A minor. We got the F. And so all you gotta do is you just take that shape that you were making for the F. You leave your index finger down, but everything else you move it up one string. So now you got your index on the third. You got your ring finger on the third of the low E, your pinky on the third fret of the A, your ring finger on the second fret of the D, and your index still hasn't moved. It's still up here on this B string, making this C note. And so from there, I mean, yeah. So from here, you can just take your pinky, move it down here to the third fret of the high E. And now you got a G chord. I'm muting the A string with this guy here. And so the first one I was playing there was Wake Me Up by Avicii. And you're supposed to be playing it with a capo on the second fret here. But that's to help the singer out. If you're just playing guitar, it's the same thing. And so that one's so cool because it sounds great. And you don't have to move your hand a lot. You can just keep it in that one position and just kind of move that little shape around. And, that's not a new thing to guitar. It might be a new thing to you, and it was definitely a new thing to me. But, yeah, it's been pretty common in making music with guitars for a long time. You got that one, and then you got this one's Eye on the Highway. All he does is just change the rhythm up a little bit. And so, in that one they introduce a D minor chord. You got your index on the, this time it's the first fret of the high E. Your middle finger's on the second fret of the G. And your ring finger's on the third fret of the B. Yeah, that one, you can play it with just 3 strings, or 4, or 5, but probably not a 6. I like to do a lot of muting with my thumb. Yeah, and then it's right back to A minor. And so then Old Man by Neil Young, yeah, it's the same thing, except instead of a D minor, that's that weird shape, but you just got a regular D and you start there. And then you go to F. And then C. And then G. And then D, 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 D. A minor, E, J, J, G, G. And so there you go. You got another one that's like the same concept, and it's just based off of this one A minor chord, and then you move the shape around a little bit. Because, look, check it out. If you're making the shape with your bottom 3 fingers, slide it up here, it's an E. Slide it down here, that, and then you put your index down here, all of a sudden you got an F chord. So, there you go. Yeah, once you make the 1 chord shape, you can move that anywhere on the guitar and make music. Like if you just hit these 3 strings here, that don't sound so bad. That sounds like an F chord. And then the other one, yeah, so you can also play Unchained Melody. I learned it by Elvis. It's C, A minor, F, G. So slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine? Yeah, same chords, same shapes and everything. You got this They're Hanging Me Tonight by Marty Robbins, which this one's supposed to be played with a capo way on up here, but yeah, you can also play it down here. It's just C to A minor, and look at how easy that is. And you can use, a lot of the times you're just gonna be playing a C with without the bass note here. This is one of those times where I like to just mute it. I mean, you can play it. But it complicates it a little bit. And, I don't think it sounds quite as right with this piece of music here, but you got, when I hear the rain coming down, it makes me sad and blue. So on a rainy night like this, when close are told her how I loved her and told her now And then the last one is the Pièce de la Résistance. That's a true masterpiece by the Beatles. While My Guitar Gently Weeps. It's just this A minor chord, but man, it goes places from there. You got to get your pinky involved, and then you get your thumb involved. Yeah, and all 6 of these songs, yeah, you can play just by learning an A minor and learning it like this. And then, like I was saying, if you just move it up one string, you got an E. And just imagine how many songs you can play with an E. You got this one, you got these, you got these. And then, I mean, that's not counting all the ones you can play like this. So there you go. A minor, an endless world of possibilities. So that's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. Have fun with your guitar.